Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betcraft. All right, it's another very beautiful day, beautiful Sunday morning, and once again, we are back with our predictions as usual. We always look at football matches that are going on across the globe on this channel. That's what we do on a daily basis. All right, and today we also select a few of these matches and look into them before bringing it forward to you. That's what we do every day. All right, and that's exactly what we're going to do in a short while. And we see how our games went yesterday. It was quite fantastic. So our the Champions League prediction, PSG to win, and they actually won. In a style with a style yesterday. Winning by 5 goals to 0 against Inter Milan yesterday. That was quite an emphatic victory for PSG. Congratulations to Parisians. All right, today we're going to do exactly the same, looking at football matches, and I want to introduce something today, and it is our VIP group, which has actually which is starting today, and the link is actually in our in the description where you join our VIP group, where we also look at football games, select a few of these matches, like 2 or 3 games that is closer to 100% of giving you value, and it's promised to be a very good one. So make sure you join that VIP group, because you're just a token to join. All right, and you could be doing very well with our games that we'll be putting out there. All right, also, remember to subscribe to our channel if you're coming up for the first time. If you're not yet to subscribe, take out time to hit the button right now so you don't miss out on our games. All right. That being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we start with the first game of today. It is a game in Denmark, Super League, where we have Randas FC. Okay, who will be coming up against Sykborg. All right, that's the first match for today. And as usual, we'll take a look at the stats for each of these sides. If you look at Randas FC in the last 6 matches, it is 2 victories that they had and a draw, as well as 3 losses. And away side, Sykborg have actually won 3 games and a draw, losing 2 matches in the last 6 games. All right, you look at how the 2 teams fared from home and away basis. You can see Randas, the home side, have actually been able to achieve 4 victories and 3 draws, but have also lost 3 matches out of the last 6 games. And away side, on the other hand, Sykborg have had 4 victories and 2 draws, also losing 4 matches in the last 10 away matches that they had so far. All right, when we put all these results together, also noting the fact that the last 2 matches, home matches for Randas, have actually produced over 2.5. And also the last 3 away games for Sykborg also have seen over 2.5. We do expect to see a lot of goals here, and we're going for a minimum of 3 goals to appear in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Right, and the next we have for you today is in CAF Champions League, where we have Pyramid FC, who will be up against the Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. And when you look at the stats for each of these 2 sides, you can see for Pyramids, the Egyptians, that have won 3 games in the last 6 matches. They've also had a draw as well as 2 losses, and the Sundowns, that we side have had 5 victories and a draw in the last 6 games. When you look at how the 2 teams fared for home and away basis, you can see Pyramids FC have done so very well from home in the last 10 home matches. They've won 8 matches and 2 draws, and in the last 10 home games, they've not lost a single match there. And away side, on the other hand, Sundowns have actually won 5 matches and also had 3 draws, but have lost 2 games in the last 10 away games that they have so far. And the last time both teams met, which was the first leg of this very tie, we saw they're playing at a 1-1 draw. That occasion, the Mamelodi Sundowns played from home on that very occasion. And in this very one, we do not expect to see Pyramids losing here. We expect to see the home side achieving a good result here. So we expect to see the home side either winning or draw, and yet under 3.5. Home win or draw and under 3.5. That's our value for that very encounter. And the next that we have is in Finland, Viking League, where we have OLS, who will be up against Atlantis. All right, and we look at the stats for each of these sides. You can see OLS have won 5 games out of 6. They've also had 1 loss in the last 6 matches. All right, and then when you look at the which side, on the other hand, it's just 1 victory and 5 losses out of the last 6 games. Looking at how these 2 teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that for home side, OLS, it is 7 victories and 2 draws in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 1 loss out of those. And away side, on the other hand, Atlantis have actually been able to achieve 5 victories and 2 draws, but have also lost 3 matches out of the last 10 away matches. All right, for the home side, the scoreline have been quite obvious. A lot of goals in most of the matches. 10 out of 10 have seen over 2.5 for the home side, and for the away side, playing from away, they have actually seen a very similar situation, but it is 8 times out of 10 that it has produced over 2.5 from their away side. So it is a without further ado, we expect to see a lot of goals here. Also, noting the fact that the last meeting between two sides saw them playing out a 4-4 draw on that occasion. So we definitely expect to see goals here. And if it's a minimum of 3 goals, that's what we expect for that very game. Over 2.5, that's what verdict. And also in Finland, Viking League, where we have Kapa, who will be up against Clubby 04. Clubby 04 Helsinki. All right, when you look at how these two teams fared in the last, 6 matches for both sides, you can see for Kapa, the home side, it is 1 victory and a draw, as well as 4 losses. And the away side, Clubby 04, have managed to achieve 5 victories and a draw, in the last 6 games that they have so far. And when you take a look at how they fare from home and away basis, you can see that the Kapa have had 3 victories and 2 draws, but have also lost 5 matches in the last 10 home matches that they had. In the away side, Clubby 04 doing so very well, winning 7 matches and a draw in the last 10 away matches that they had, and they've also had 2 losses. All right, the last 6 away games, sort of winning all 6 away matches that they have so far. That also is a side that does so very well even when playing from away, and we definitely expect to see a good result for the away side in this one. I expect to see away side winning out shortly in this very encounter. Away win, that's our verdict for that very game. And the next is in Sweden's first division, where we have Jyvonne, who will be facing Värnamo. All right, for Jyvonne in the last 6 is 4 victories and a draw, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 center encounters. And Värnamo, their away side, have had 3 draws and 3 losses out of those 6 games that they had at the same times. All right, looking at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, Jyvonne have been able to achieve 8 victories from the last 10 home matches. They've also had a draw as well as a loss, and away side Värnamo, on the other hand, have managed just 1 win, having 3 draws, but have lost 6 games in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. And the last away game, we saw them losing to Hakem by 2-0 on that occasion. And on head-to-head basis, were 1-1 draw they played in the last time both teams met. But we definitely expect that Jyvonne, who is in fine form, to rise to the occasion in this very one and win our shortly. And we expect a home win in this one, okay? Home win, that's all valid for that very encounter. And then next, Kuchapu be the last for today is in Norway, 4th division, where we have Molde, who will be up against Viking. All right, for the start for these two sides, Molde, it is 3 victories and 3 losses out of the last 6 games, and Vikings have won 6 games out of 6 in the last 6 matches that they have so far. Performances from home and away basis, you could see that Molde have been able to achieve a good result from here, winning 5 games and 2 draws, losing 3 matches in the last 10 home matches. But away side, Vikings have been very outstanding, winning 8 games out of the last 10 away matches. They've also actually lost 2, which was against Vålerenga. On that occasion, those 2 were actually against Vålerenga. But in this very encounter, you could see that Vikings have been so wonderful. We saw their exciting victory against Bodo Glimt, beating Bodo Glimt from away by 4-2. That was the last away game that they had. All right, and when you look at how this teams fared from head-to-head basis, the last meeting between the two sides saw Viking winning by 1-0 against Molde. That's on that occasion Viking played from home. But in this one, we are going with their away side to not lose here. We start to see their away side, either winning or drawing here. So away to win or draw, that's what we expect for that very encounter. All right, and that brings our predictions for you today on Betcraft to a conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Also remember to play responsibly, as these are football games. Sometimes it may not be exactly what it is. Sometimes it carries some element of surprises. All right. Also remember to join our VIP group, which is opening today. The link is in the description. All right. Make sure you join for a very small token, very small. Where you get much more better tips, much more fantastic tips out there. All right. Do that and. You see yourself winning. All right, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out on our games, but until that time, keep winning.